Okay, I'm going to provide a quick tutorial here of how to use forms on Google. You need to log into your Google account, your Gmail account for which you want this form attached. And when you do that, you're going to go to your browser and you're going to type forms.google.com after you've done that and hit enter. And this is the page that'll come up for you. We're going to select a blank screen. So we'll click on that one, and this is going to give us this form. So we can call this a test. I don't know why I did that, but let's go back up. Okay. Then if you want a description, you can add that right there. If you wanted in boldface, anything specific, if you wanted a text to be attached to a link, you could do that here. So if I wanted to say that this test is attached to a link, and it will ask me for what that link is. And then let's say in this case, and this is random, I'm just going to use my own website just because this is just a test, and say okay. So what happens is if somebody clicks on this word test, you can see it has the underline and it has the different colored text. So when they click on it, it will take them to that website. So this would be good with a business, or if you have a website associated with this form that you're going to use. Now that's just where you enter the question. So let's say we're going to ask them for your name, and it automatically selected a short answer, which will work for this, so you don't have to make any changes. If you wanted it to be a different type of question, if you look at this little triangle that points downward and you click on it, it will give you a drop-down list. And these are all the different types of question answers you can have, the response. So it could be a short answer, it could be an entire paragraph, it could be multiple choice, it could be check boxes, and I will show you a couple of these others. You can make a drop-down list yourself. So those are the different things that basically you would be using. Also, date and time are applicable here if you wanted that. So after we add your name, if you want this to be required always by the user, this is what you want to click here so that it moves over and is highlighted. Then on this little bar over here, you're going to click the plus at the top, which gives us the next question. So maybe the question is, do you have dogs? Okay. And that's pretty straightforward. We'll use check boxes, and it's yes or no. And we need this required. Let's add the next question. If yes, what breed? And how many? If yes, and what breeds? So obviously we want them to be able to really give you some information there. So we're going to select paragraph. And then we want that required. I take that back. We can't make this required because if we do, if they say no here, they won't know what to do with this one and it won't let them pass without answering this. So we have to leave this one as not required. Now we're going to add our next question. And we're going to say, do you have cats? And I see above I typed wrong. So I can just go back to the one above. See, I wrote, do you dogs? I didn't say, do you have dogs? Okay, and it's automatically saving this as you work. So you don't have to do anything to save it. And then I say, how many cats? Do you have cats? And I didn't finish this one. So we're not going to do multiple choice. We're going to do check boxes. And we could have yes or no. And we want to require that one as well. And we're going to add another one. If yes, how many and what breeds? Then we're going to come over here again. We're going to click the down arrow and we're going to select checkboxes. No, I lie. We're going to select paragraph. We want paragraph because you need to let them fill out what they have. How many different cats do they have and what breeds are they? And you cannot make this required again, because if you do and they don't have cats, it's not going to let them submit the form when they get to the end. Let's say the next question is, do you have children? We're going to change this to checkboxes. Yes. No. We want to say part-time? Probably not, because it makes it difficult. So we'll just leave it there. And it is a required question. Let's say we want their phone number so we can reach them. Short answer will work just fine for that. And we want to require it. If you wanted their email, you could ask for their email here. And short answer would work well. And you could require it. Let's say you wanted their email before their phone number for some reason. You see when I hover these boxes how I get the I-beam bar, and then when I get over those little dots, it turns to a plus with arrows, navigational type. If I left click down on that and hold down, I can move this box to where I want, then just drop. Oh, left click again and drop it where I would like it to be instead. Again, it's saving all of this for you, so when you're finished basically. Up here at the top, let's cover some information about this. This is the questions. That's what we're actually on. We're developing a question. The responses would be here. I'll show you this in a minute. We'll go through and show you what it's like after somebody else receives it and they fill it out. And then these are the settings. If you wanted to create a quiz, if you want your responses managed and protected in a certain way, how you present it can be adjusted, and you can have form defaults that you use. You can also use question defaults. So this is stuff that you can look into further on your own. On the icons, you have a customized theme that you can use. So you can use your header in a certain font and size, your question in a certain font and size, and then the other text in a certain font and size. And then if you want a header, you can add a header here with an image. You can specifically use the colors that you would like. I have my theme set to purple. Okay, if I come back up and click on that eyeball again, that eyeball is let me see the form as though I had sent it to somebody else to use. So then when they get here, it's going to ask your name. And we're going to fill out that information, and you can see it will fill it out for you. See, if I wanted to do that, it'll do. Do you have dogs? Yes. If so, how many? What breeds? 5. Husky Shepherd. Terrier. 2 Terrier mixes. And 2 Chihuahuas. Okay. Do you have cats? Yes. We have lots of cats. We have 1, 2, 3 indoor, outdoor cats. They're just domestic. Do you have any children? No. What's the email? And it filled it in when I clicked on the autofill. And then a phone number, and I can put in my phone number. And then when you're all finished, you can submit. Now, if one of these were required with the little red asterisk at the bottom or at the end of the question, and the user does not complete that question, it will not show this as able to click on for submit, and that's why. So if you get feedback that they are unable to submit it, they need to go back and review and see which one of the items has a red asterisk and they have not answered. Then they can click submit. Now, once you submit, it actually has been sent back. So if we look back up here and you come here, you see we have questions and we have responses because that was the response that I just sent. So here's the name and here's the breeds of animals, and here are the answer for cats and the breeds, and do I have children, and my email and my phone number, and so then that information is all available. If you wanted to back up from anywhere you were at any point, it just sends you back to the last place that you were, or forward, same type of thing from the last place that you were. If you want people to collaborate with you, let's say that you have somebody else that's working with you from your page or whatever, you click these little dots right here and you will see a drop down menu. You can make a copy of this to use and rename as something else to start another one. You can move this to the trash. You can get a pre-filled link. You can print this from right here. This is where you add collaborators. If you click on this, it opens a window and you need to add the Gmail account associated to that individual. So you would type that in here, and since this is my own, I can do a different one here. I'll enter my other one. And then if I wanted to send a message right here, I could do that. The editor will be able to view and delete from the responses. And then this is where you would copy the responder's link to send to them so they can respond. And you can click send. And I believe this sends this off to them. Let me double check. We'll go over to Gmail. Yes, because this is it. This is the from Lay. This is from the Drone Gal. So if I look, this shares this form with you. So if you come here, here's the form, Untitled, it says. I click on it, it has test. It says Untitled, and yet at the top it's titled, but that's because I didn't title it here. Now if you notice when I clicked on it, it automatically picks up the title I had typed. So now it'll save it with that. If I just click back on questions itself, yeah, if I click on the icon over here, the menu icon over here, it takes us back to the original page. Okay, and additionally, I want to show you for getting the link so you can send it to people or post it, embed it, those types of things. This send key, you're going to click on that and it opens this window. This window gives you the opportunity to use email. The email, you would just enter the email address. This is the subject, and then it's already got a message and everything. And you can include the form itself in the email, and then just go ahead and send it. You can also at this point add an editor here if you'd like. If you click on this icon, this is for links. You can see it provides a nice long link here for it. But if you click on this little tick box, it will shorten the link for you. You can copy that and use that to send. And literally, you can put it in Messenger, you can put it in an email, you can post that on a website. There's a lot of ways you can use that. You could send it to somebody in a LinkedIn message, Instagram, wherever else it is that you want to put that form. Okay, if you want to embed it, you click on these greater than, less than signs. And when you do, this will give you the embed code. So you actually copy this, and that would go into the website's HTML area to make that happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could copy and paste this, send it to your web designer, and they would be able to take care of that for you. It also tells them what the width and height of that is. and they just copied the information, and that's what you would send to your web designer. And that completes this training. I hope it was helpful for you.